Welcome to part 2 of this recording. If you missed part 1, just check in the description area of this video on YouTube. You'll see a link that will take you to part 1 so that you're up to speed and you know what we're talking about here. Now, let's get on to it right away. Now, this security of the state, which nowadays is called NIS, is the power or the dark forces that will always protect the president, will always rig an election to ensure that the president remains in power for as long as the constitution can allow him or her. Okay, and this is the dark force which Kenyans are up against, and which NASA and Raila Odinga are up against. Now this is pretty sensitive. Now when people are threatened, like for example now Chebukati is under a lot of pressure, as the head of the electoral body and the person who ultimately announces the winner of the presidential election. Okay, his announcement is final. His announcement is the person who's going to be sworn in as the 5th president of the Republic of Kenya. So naturally, this man is under a lot of pressure from the dark forces we've been talking about. Okay, and I would expect in the next few hours he'll be under intense pressure. In fact, already he has to be under a lot of intense pressure. Of course, his work would have been very easy had Uhuru retained the presidency. Had he won the election, it would have been very, very easy for him. Okay, but now because what has happened is that another person, according to figures I have seen personally, and according to my own information on the ground, that the winner of this election is Raila Odinga, that presents a huge problem for him. Okay, now usually what we would expect to happen next in this case, so if you see it happening, don't be surprised and don't be shocked and don't lose hope. Okay, what I'm about to tell you, what we should expect to happen next is that already the Bomas of Kenya is a very high security area. It will be surrounded by even another cordon of security, very tight security. And then you will see Chebukati come on TV and he could announce a winner, and that will be it. Whoever chooses to announce the winner. Okay, obviously he would be under the stress and under the pressure from the dark forces I've been talking about in the first part of this recording. Okay, that is what's going to happen. Okay, so when somebody comes in and says, oh, Chebukati is doing this, or NASA is doing that, that tends to be very naive, because you're talking from a standpoint where you do not know what is happening in the background. You do not know what kind of stress and pressure the man is under. Okay, and that becomes you're just you're not analyzing anything, you're just talking rubbish, in short. Okay, so but at least now members of this channel know exactly what is happening. That is exactly what we are up against. So now, for the rightful president of the Republic of Kenya to be announced, the dark forces have to stand down, and that, my friends, is a tall order. Not impossible, but a tall order. However, there's some good news here. The good news is that what these dark forces are up against is formidable. Okay, and that is the will of the Kenyan people. Okay, the huge support which President-elect Raila Odinga has got right across the country. That is what they're up against. Okay, and while you can do some things, you can fix the narrative, you can do what, you can fix a lot of things. Sometimes it's impossible to fix something when the entire country is behind something. Virtually the entire country is behind something. Yeah, like I can tell you, a huge part of this country is behind the presidency of Raila Odinga. I know many will oppose this in the comments area. Many Jubilee supporters will say I'm just talking rubbish, but I know what I'm talking because I'm on the ground. I've been able to analyze what is happening on the ground. The truth is, if they were to force things and swear in a president who has not won this election, that particular president will find it very difficult to govern the country. Okay, and I'm not talking about civil unrest, I'm not talking about any violence, I'm just talking about the people not being behind you. Okay, it makes your work that much more difficult. Yeah, if a president is not able to go to some certain areas and be well received, that becomes a problem, and the presidency can actually turn into a nightmare when you do not have the support of the people. A very good example is the last term of retired President Daniel Arap Moi. Yeah, he was in office. He had won that election through the usual means, okay, using security of the state and the dark forces, okay, and virtually the whole country was against him, except a very small part of the country, yeah, his own community. And even his own community were divided, yeah, they were not really strong supporters for him. And it was very difficult for him to rule his last term. His security increased. He could not travel in every part of the country freely like he used to do before. So much so that by the time 2002 came along and he was handing over power, you could see the exhaustion on his face. Yes, it can be very exhausting when you force things against the will of the people. And I hope that this recording will reach the ears of those making big decisions right now, because that is what's going to come to pass if they try and make the wrong decision. Now, I know I promised to tell you in great detail how the course of this election changed and Raila became so popular, so that it became so obvious that he was going to win the election. But I see I've run out of time. So please bear with me. I will discuss that in the next and final part of this recording. Just look out for that link, top left-hand corner, you know what to do, and click on it, and in a few in seconds, you're going to be in the third and final part of this recording. This is yours, Chris Kumekucha.